The year 1972 in Ireland was marked by significant events. The Central Bank of Ireland became the banker of the Government of Ireland, succeeding the Bank of Ireland. Ireland signed the Treaty of Accession to the European Communities, and the annual Broadcasting Jacobs Awards took place in Dublin. Bloody Sunday occurred, where 13 unarmed civilians were shot dead in Derry by British soldiers. The Irish Republican Army (IRA) announced a ceasefire, and the Ulster Vanguard movement was launched. The government launched its European Economic Community referendum campaign, which resulted in a poll in favour of joining the EEC. Muhammad Ali fought and won a boxing match in Dublin, and Bloody Friday saw a series of IRA explosions in Belfast. The British Army began to regain control of no-go areas established by Irish Republican paramilitaries, and the Cloudy bombing took place. Commemorations were held to mark the 50th anniversary of the death of Michael Collins. 2 bombs planted by Ulster loyalists killed 2 men in Dublin. The year also saw significant developments in arts and literature, with the publication of various works and the release of Gilbert O'Sullivan's song Alone Again. In sports, Mary Peters became the first Irish woman to win a gold medal at the Olympic Games. Notable births included Mark Carroll, Dara O'Brien, and Simon Coveney. Popular song of 1972. Whiskey in the Jar is an Irish traditional song that tells the story of a highwayman who is betrayed by his wife or lover. The song has been recorded by numerous artists since the 1950s and gained wide exposure when performed by the Dubliners. It was popularized in the US by the Highwaymen and later by Thin Lizzy.
In about 1939.
Complete?
Tied down from the chin to the 2 ankles without ever moving.
And without moving at all? And then
tied on to an iron frame.
And then, what happened to you in fact? How did you break your back?
I fell 40 feet from the buildings in England.
40 feet? And then you turned around and did the smart thing and you married your nurse, I believe. Is that right?
Oh man, Johnny, cute man.
And she's been looking after you ever since. Is that so? Does she do a dance at all? She doesn't?
No.
Well, would you do something? And I know we have John Cleary here on the box to accompany you. John, if you go over there and settle yourself, we'll get a microphone to you and we'll see what John can do for us. We also have Marty and Björk up there who might do us a dance after this as well. And I'd love to see the 2 of you dancing together. But let's have first things first. Would you tell us what you're going to do, John?
Really.
A reel, yeah. The fastest reel in the West, Kieran McMahon says. The fastest reel in the West, I see. All right, let's have it then, when you're ready. God save him. Very good, very good, very good. Well, good man, John. I forgot to ask you, John, is your back better now? It is. Never gave you any trouble or anything. How old are you, John, by the way?
63.
63. Well, good man yourself. It must be staying off the
enthusiasm of youth. There's nothing intellectual about an appreciation of pop music. It's something which compels you onto the floor and makes you want to dance.
But it's just as easy to dance with yourselves as anybody else. There are certain places where you're told to stop dancing if the owner doesn't like the way you dance.
I like to dance, so I come here.
They don't like people dancing on their own.
I was dancing away, you know, and all the fellas started piling up in their hundreds, you know, and lifting each other up, and I suddenly looked down and my blouse was completely opened, you know. Things like this, you know. I just hadn't tied it properly, so I had to turn around and wiggle. It's just fun, and it was, it's more fun than when you've actually people watching you, you know, you're giving somebody enjoyment. No, we don't expose that much of our bodies, you know, but not at all. The people enjoy it immensely, you know, and when you find you're giving them enjoyment, well, you put more into it. Yeah, it's great. It's marvellous for my ego. Let's all work together.
Are all noisy, crowded, exciting occasions with music sexually stimulating? Or is there something special about a nightclub? The latest addition is the go-go girl doing her own thing. What effect this has depends on the individual. Excitement, titillation, or just quiet enjoyment. The scene is changing. Maybe someday the evolution of nightlife in Ireland could go as far as strip clubs.
There's one big street in San Francisco, Broadway, and it's got all sorts of clubs, you know, the Peppermint Lounge and kind of signs. You drive up and down and you see signs like Mother, you know, topless and go-go girl, you know, Mother of 8 and things like this. And it attracts no longer the young, good people, you know. It's more or less the older people, sort of men that drink a lot, kind of. It's not a very nice place to go. I certainly wouldn't go there, you know.
No strips. Even if the demand is there, very definitely, I certainly won't have strip acts in nightclub.
I certainly don't think they'll get to stripping here in the nightclubs. I certainly wouldn't do it.
Swinging London is only an hour away. The Costa Brava has shown how to mix sex with sausages and fish and chips for lots of Irish people. And what happens in Dublin will eventually happen in Templemore if previous patterns are repeated. Whether you're young or old, whether you see this as a social phenomenon or just as a swinging time, you've certainly seen something new to Ireland. And without a doubt,
At our signing here today of the Acts of Accession, which marks a decisive step towards the future cooperation of our 10 countries, it is surely appropriate that we should draw hope and inspiration from the achievements of the past 20 years and the vision which made them possible.
I've no wish to hurry, love, but have you seen the time? It's 9:45 and we're supposed to be there at 9. I don't think the registrar will be very pleased when we show up an hour late like 2 frozen peas.
Quite honestly, it doesn't worry me whether my master is British or whether my master is French or German. I just don't like masters. It's damn near time the Irish
was asked even from the start, what could it be? It's matrimony. About being walked down the aisle, but think of the money we'll save and you'll see it's worthwhile. It won't.
This seems to me to be an opportunity that every Irish nationalist and every patriotic Irish man and woman would wish to grasp.
You and me are all that matters, disregard the rest. Trust your soon-to-be old man, he knows what is best. Very shortly now there's going to be an answer from you, then one from me. That's matrimony. Oh, I'm truly grateful for the little things in life that have made me so glad.
were preparing for this for 11 years. We were telling the people that they had to do a lot to get ready. And I think the people feel now that what we have done was sufficient to justify our application, sufficient to justify the confidence of the member countries in what we have been doing.
Home, America. Come home to the affirmation that we have a dream. Come home to the conviction that we can move our country forward. Come home to the belief that we can seek a newer world.
You and me are all that matters, disregard the rest. Trust your soon-to-be old man, he knows what
Millions and millions of American voters today and this evening have chosen to re-elect the President and the Vice President for another term.
This will be a great victory, depending upon what we do with it. In other words, we win elections not simply for the purpose of beating the other party or the other person, but to get the opportunity to do good things for our country. And the next 4 years will be the time that we will try to make ourselves worthy of this victory.
The majority of the people, they want to work. They're anxious to work, and they're happier when they're working because...
Share and subscribe.